All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Go Sundays Around the Wiffle Horn. This is episode number 10, a full decade of Around the Horn episodes. This is absolutely sick. On today's show, we're going to talk some more whiffs and some COVID stuff, and obviously just more wiffle ball. And today, I want to introduce our next team for the show, the New York Crusaders. Fellas, welcome to the show.
What's up, man? How's it going? There you go.
Actually, I just wanted to start the show and go Kakarot, but I'll save that for later for Sanchez for the side note. So yeah, guys, welcome to the show. Let's go around the horn and introduce everybody. So we'll start with Andrew Montero. We've got Anthony Mamuski Aguilar and Stevie the Sanchez, and a special shout out to JMP John Michael Pichardo, who is not here yet. He may show up, but the fourth member of the New York Crusaders.
Shout out X2, even though he's not playing with us this year.
Oh, that's true. Shout out to Xavier. I forgot about him. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Hate to see it. All right, so again, welcome to the show. Real quick, just want to thank some of our sponsors. You can see some of them behind me. We got Font Guy, we got Moonshot, we got Big Flies. You can always find our podcast on iTunes and Spotify, as well as the National Wiffle account on those as well. All right, so let's get right to it. We've all been sticking around in quarantine for the last, God knows, it feels like forever. Terrell, let's start with you. What have you been doing, pal?
Surviving. So I actually had a bout with COVID a couple of months ago.
Wow.
But I'm good now. I really just been working, man. I'm an essential worker. I work in a medical marijuana dispensary, so we're open every day, 7 days a week. So I feel blessed for that. I got money in my pocket and stuff. I'm just trying to stay busy, get practicing, and some bullpen sessions and stuff when I can.
That's fair. I did hear that you were showing up to Coops a few times over the last couple of weeks, so it's good to see you getting your reps in, and good to see that you've recovered from COVID. So that's happy to hear as well.
Sure.
Nice. Mammy, I've seen you a few times, I think, over the quarantine. If not, then maybe I feel like I've seen you for years, so maybe I have seen you. What have you been doing during COVID?
They've been just chilling with the family, got the baby, just trying to stay sane, getting some practice in here and there. That's it, minding my own business.
There you go. Yeah, I know the weather is getting better, so that itch to practice and get out there is definitely getting a little harder to scratch. Sanchez, we're rounding out with you. What's up, pal? How you doing? And what have you been doing during quarantine?
Surviving as well. I was also a victim to COVID-19 because of somebody over there. But no, I'm back to work now, so I'm also an essential worker. I'm a plumber, so I'm out there doing my repairs, making the most money I can.
Nice. Well, it's good to that's great to hear that you guys are essential workers and still working. I mean, more power to you that going out there risking your well, I guess not really risking anymore. You've got the antibodies. You guys are superhumans now. So Mammy's the only one. Maybe you should stay home. But that's good that you both have recovered and look healthy. So I'm really happy to hear that. So let's get into some wiffle talk. You guys have been playing the league for a bunch of years now. Mammy, you've been playing with us for even longer. We'll start with Sanchez. How did you first hear about Golden Stick in general, and then what's your wiffle background like?
I heard it from Andrew, and right away I was already intrigued because in our childhood days we would always play in the streets, grab a yellow bat, roll up a piece of aluminum foil, and play some baseball. So right away, I heard about this league, and I was in right away.
Nice. I definitely remember the aluminum foil trick. That's a classic kid move. Taro, how'd you find out about Golden Stick to then bring Sanchez on board?
I think it was Bleacher Report. I seen that little, I guess it was a video. It was like people celebrating from winning the Open and stuff like that. And I mean, I seen it a long time ago, and I was just like, I never did any research. I was looking for something to do. And when I found out it was actually in Long Island, I had no idea. I live out here in Westbury now, so it's right here. So I immediately, I didn't waste any time. I sent the email, and you guys got back to me right away. 2 weeks later, we were playing some pickup games. I met Venus. I met you. I met Rob. And that was it. The rest was history. I got addicted immediately.
Nice. That's great to hear. That's a good segue into Mammy, who I know is friends with Venus and all those guys. I know, Mammy, I met you after we pretty much ran that big 2011 tournament back in the day, and then we started going to Beck's kind of full time, and you started showing up, friends with Petty. So let's talk a little bit about your history with Wiffle Ball and how Beck's essentially has helped you become a really good player.
Well, I got into it from Taco. I used to work with Taco at the casino.
Oh, true.
Every time I see Taco after his weekend off, he tell me all these wiffle stories and what happened. He actually told me if you wanted to come down and play with you guys at Beck's, and that was the first time that I went. And just from the stories from Taco alone, it had already got me hooked. So I went to Beck's, played with you guys. It was even more intense when I was playing it. And then it gave me something to do. I like it. As soon as I'm done playing whiffs on Sundays, I'm waiting for the next Sunday already so I can play again.
I mean, that's a fact. Sometimes those games at Beck's can be more intense than our tournament games or even the open games, because there's like a little bit of a pride that comes out when we play at Beck's. It's like, forget about the national championship. Like, I want to go home at 11:30 and go to the diner and know that I won 2 out of 3 at Beck's today. It's like
you're playing your second game and you smell those chicken fingers from down and you don't want to play no more.
Oh, I wish I could smell them now. They're so good. So let's talk a little bit more about you guys in the league. You've been a team now for, I believe this is your second year as U3 with JMP, and then shout out to X. Mammy, you've played on a few other teams in Golden Stick. Like a lot of newer teams, they tend to take their lumps early and then they have a progression and get better. Tara, we'll start with you, since I guess we'll consider you the captain of his team. How has your team, or you specifically, been able to overcome some of the adversity that you faced in playing in Golden Stick?
Just trying to have as much fun as possible. Going into each tournament, understanding that we're good and we can be competitive. It's a game of mistakes, and mistakes will be made, and we just gotta capitalize on other teams' mistakes, and just keep pushing and keep trying and keep improving. I feel like every time we get a hit, every little improvement we make is a small win, and it motivates me to keep coming back, regardless of like the outcome of our season or the day or what have you.
I mean, that's totally fair. That's a good way to look at it. I know, like, for our team, it's like, we take these little wins, like, oh, we held on to a lead in the 4th inning today, or like we came from behind, or we didn't blow. Like, you have these little victories, and eventually all those little victories do, climax into a big championship win, hopefully. Sanchez, we'll go to you. For me, I've seen you really, I mean, this is not a knock on Taro, but for you, I feel like I've seen you really grow a lot in this league. You've become a really good pitcher. Your bat's improved. So what have you done to kind of overcome some of that, beginner adversities? Really not beginner, you've been playing for a couple years now, but what have you done to really overcome some of that adversity?
Well, naturally I have a competitive spirit, so if I keep losing, that's just gonna make me play harder, play better, and also just going out there practicing with the guys. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was on the fence about playing this season, but
really,
because everything that's going on.
Oh, that's fair.
But, my guys need me, so, and also Mammy's improved defensively, so.
Mammy, I'd like to hear more about you improving defensively, please. Elaborate the masses.
We're not going to tell nobody that.
So we're gonna have a great season.
Yeah, I think you guys. I mean, you beat us in the Players Cup last year in Boston. So I mean, whether that was because it was a second day or whatever. I mean, Taro, you pitched fantastic that game. So really, there's no excuse we lost. You pitched great. So your team really has improved over the last couple of years. Mammy, this is your second year on the team. What can you really offer to this team to take it to the next level?
Hitting. That's it.
Wow, so simple.
Last year, I had a lot of stuff going on last year, so my mind was just all over the place.
Mm-hmm. And
I accept that part for the team, like not messing up the team or whatever. That's all gone now. So I guarantee, I promise them a better season from me this year.
Well, it's really good. Anytime it's always tough to overcome outside nonsense, whatever it is, and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's if you can't focus, it's tough to, we all can't be like Brett Favre and hear about our father dying and then go out and throw 6 touchdown passes. Like, it doesn't affect all of us the same way. Sometimes distractions are not helpful, so that's fair. All right, guys. So listen, let's wrap up the yard talk. What's your favorite part about medium pitch wiffle ball in general? What is it about medium pitch that really kind of like intrigues you and maybe, it's an assumption that you guys like this over fast pitch. I mean, for me, I love this compared to fast pitch. So what is it about Yard League that really intrigues you and gets you coming back for more? We'll start with Mammy.
It's literally anybody's game. It's nice. It's fun when you're going out there and you're playing these games with a 12-13 score, 15-14 score, and it's whoever's batting last is gonna win the game. I like those kind of games. Those are fun. It's more fun. Everybody gets a chance to win all those runs scored. That's what I like about it.
No doubt. Those 15, you're right. Those 15, 14 games are usually fun. Unfortunately for me, I've been on the wrong side of a lot of those games. But there's still fun games to lose. That's fair. Tara, what do you think? What is it about Yard League that keeps you coming back for more?
Yeah, man, it's just the fact that it could be anybody's game. I mean, you know, last year we had a couple. I noticed that we play up to our competition a lot. Like we like, no knock to State of Mind, but we actually got a win on them last year. Like that was huge. That was huge for us, right? And things like that can happen. So like every tournament, there's actually a chance that we actually can come home with the championship that for that week. So I think, and because I'm just like super competitive, like you everybody could speak on. You guys hear me screaming in the outfield and all that kind of crazy shit that goes on. It's just when I'm in that game mode, you know. So it brings that competitive nature. Yeah, that's
Tara up, baby.
it brings the competitive nature out of me, you know. And there's not many things at this age I get to do that like I'm able to be super competitive and bring that side out of me outside of like playing MLB The Show and fucking raging and wanting to punch a hole in my wall. Right? So
it's so fair. I mean, that's true. Yeah, like what Mammy said, like Yard really could be anybody's game. And the fact that when you beat a team like State of Mind, you're like, literally that means we could beat anybody because they're really one of the best teams in the region. So it's just frustrating that you send teams like us, like we beat them in pool play, but then we face them when it matters in semis, and it's like we have no chance. It's like, what do you mean? I just beat these guys. Like, I don't know. But guys like them have been playing for so long, and they have a different mentality when it comes to those Final Four.
Yeah, but I feel like if you think about it like the way you just did, they already won before you even started the game. If you feel like that,
that's a very good point.
We always feel like we could stay 1 or 2, 3 runs with somebody. Mm-hmm. Occasionally, yeah, we'll get 8 runs, 9 runs on us, but it's not as bad as it used to be.
No doubt. Sanchez, what about you? What is it about Yard that makes you hungry for some whiffs?
These guys pretty much said it all. I mean, I just mainly go out there and have fun. You know, I like pitching. I like playing the field. I like getting dirty. You know, I'm competitive. I've never played fast pitch, so I can't really say much about that. But I mean, yeah. Just having fun out there.
Yeah, I mean, we all love Yard League, and I know you guys have all played Gall as well, and we know how much fun we have in Gall. It's a totally different animal. It's less competitive, but somehow more competitive, and it's like a great balance. So, listen, I'm happy to have you guys still playing Yard. You know, our league is better with you guys in it, so I'm happy to have you guys come back for more. So that's great. All right, so let's transition now non-wiffle ball talk for a little bit. If you guys have been following the show, I've been trying to incorporate this poll time, trying to get some interesting opinions on some of the things that our wiffle ball players like to do on their off time. So the first question I'm going to ask you is a very, very simple question. Do you prefer Coke or Pepsi? The floor is open.
Pepsi.
All right. I like Coke if I'm going to make a cocktail, but I like Pepsi as a daily beverage. Yeah, I'll go with Pepsi.
Fair. Taro?
Yeah, I'm going Pepsi, man. 100%.
All the time, even making a cocktail.
I'll have Coke once in a while, but I'm gonna go with Pepsi.
That's fair. I mean, who orders a Jack and Pepsi? Actually, though, it's always like a Jack and Coke. Maybe you could start the trend and do Jack and Pepsis. Who knows? Mammy, what about you? Coke or Pepsi?
Well, I'm not really a soda drinker, but I used to drink Pepsi all the time. So
nice. That's fair. I mean, personally, I do prefer Pepsi. Coke, it's like one of those things. Coke you have with like, what is it? Coke you have with pizza, or Coke you have with Chinese food, and Pepsi you have with pizza. It's like one of those scenarios for me. But if I had to choose, I would choose Pepsi. Wild cherry Pepsi.
Nah, you gotta go Pepsi when you get Chinese food.
Oh, all right. Well, next time. Well, we ordered halal food tonight, so I have Sierra Mist. I'll let you know how that goes with that. So, all right. Next one. We all know about Cherry Valley, one of the best deli sandwich guys on Long Island. In fact, if you guys follow Action Bronson's Fuck That Delicious, they went there a few episodes ago. Best item you've ever had from Cherry Valley if you've been there?
Who's going first?
Anybody?
Oh, Mammy, go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been there in a while, but the last time I was there, I don't remember what it's called, but it was just like 2 juicy chicken cutlet pieces with mozzarella sticks and smothered with gravy.
Gravy, yeah, yep. I
And
mean,
the bread was toasted. It was toasted bread too.
I don't know which one that is either. I don't know, but when you go to Cherry Valley, no matter what sandwich you get, it has to have waffle fries and gravy on it. Like that's like a staple, at least for me. Sanchez, what do you got?
Yeah, that's the one I had. I had the one with I had a chicken cutlet with the waffle fries, some gravy. I don't remember the name, but that was delicious. It was like at 2 a.m.
Well,
Very delicious.
that's Cherry Valley's claim to fame. Tara, what about you?
Man, I don't even remember the last time I got to eat Cherry Valley because I've been pretty much not eating meat and shit for like the past 4 or 5 years. But last time we did go, we actually went as a team after that indoor tournament back last year. Me, Chaz, JM, and X went. Yeah, man. So
is that the same time you're talking about, Chaz? That 2 a.m. sandwich? Is that it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You went to the one in Whitestone?
Yeah.
That's the
There's
OG
another
place. Yeah, right. There is one in West Hempstead, and then they built one in Long Beach recently, but it's not the whole store. It doesn't have like the tables and the deli. It's just them just making the sandwiches. They're not the same as – I've actually never been to the one in Whitestone. I've only been to the one in West Hempstead because I used to work over there.
The one in Whitestone is good because there's actually 2 of them. It's like right across the street from each other. And I feel like the deli across the street, not Cherry Valley, makes the sandwiches way better than Cherry Valley.
Oh, hot take.
That's a very hot take.
I think you know what I'm talking about.
Me? I don't know.
No, Taro.
Oh.
Probably.
What's the name of the place?
I don't remember.
Oh, I'll have to go on Google Maps later.
Maybe.
Listen, Cherry Valley is like top 3 sandwiches on Long Island, or I guess New York, Long Island area.
There's always those no name spots. So you got to
That's very true. That's very true.
Go for the place with the B+ on them.
Pass. So in the spirit of Taro being vegan, what's your favorite vegan item that you've had, or either best restaurant or best item in general that you feel like you've had?
All right, so I'll go like with a New York classic, Veggie Castle out in our neighborhood in what's close to our neighborhood, Richmond Hill. Got a vegan chopped cheese sandwich, and that shit.
So you did have a chopped cheese. We talked about this prior to the show about chopped cheese.
Yeah. So the vegan chopped cheese is like what I would say is comparable to if I was able to go to like Cherry Valley and get something.
Wow.
Like to indulge like that. Yeah.
Mammy or Chaz, when was the last time you guys had chopped cheeses?
I think I had one about 3 weeks ago, out in Bed-Stuy.
Nice. What about you, Mammy?
No idea. It's so long ago.
I tell you, I had my first chopped cheese in like October or November. A couple of students of mine are just bugging me like, "You gotta try chopped cheese. And I'm like, it's just meat and cheese. But I was like, all right, whatever. So I got the order from one of my students, Omar. He said, oh, you gotta get the chopped cheese, you gotta get lettuce, you gotta get barbecue sauce, and you gotta get, I think he said like peppers or something, whatever it was. It was fantastic. It was really good, but I don't know. Some of the kids, they eat it for breakfast though. And I'm like, this is a tough way to start the day if this is what we're eating. Like, it's good, but not at 8:15 in the morning good. So we'll pass on that.
You can eat a chopped cheese at any time, but in all serious, like the neighborhood we grew up in is like predominantly Dominican. So you're going to go with a sandwich in our neighborhood, it's probably going to be a chimney. If you really want to ask us like where the best chimney is at, we'll probably be able to.
Well, then let's hear it. This is the open forum. Let's hear it.
Chaz, what got it better, Chimney Mundo or what you going with?
Not did we lose connection with Sanchez?
What happened? I didn't. I lagged.
I said because he asked us about a chopped cheese, but I'm saying that's more like an uptown thing. Like, our neighborhood, probably if we're going to go get a sandwich when we drunk at night, we're probably going to go get a chimney, which is basically just like a Dominican hamburger. So
that's true.
Spots got them. So I'm asking you, where's your favorite?
Where's my favorite?
Which one you like it in our neighborhood?
Honestly, I don't get it from this neighborhood.
Oh shit!
Wow, he totally just sideswiped you.
He's going all the way uptown to get one.
That's crazy.
So go all the way uptown, or I just let my mom know to make me some. And
all right.
Nice. I'll have to try one of those. That sounds really good. I love best part about for me working in New York City is trying all the new food that I've never really been experienced. I mean, growing up in a pretty, boring Irish, Catholic, Italian area, I've only eaten Italian food and I hate Irish food. So working in the city, it's nice eating like different types of Spanish food, Dominican food, all the ethnicities. It's great. It's been open up a new world of possibilities. And when I go to the store now, I feel like I go down all these different aisles to get all these different things now. It's fantastic. Maybe I'll make a chopped cheese tomorrow after I die from eating all this halal food tonight. So that'll be really, really good. All right, last question. It's kind of poll time, but kind of not poll time. For those of you who've been listening, we know that there's some other players in the league that may have some friendly beef with some players on the New Crusaders. So we'll put it out there. Who is more annoying to play with or against, Dan Mora or JD?
What are you asking?
Hands down, Mora. Not even close, bro. JD,
why is that?
JD's my guy. I love JD.
That's fair. Well, so let's speak on this real quick. What is this like fake fun beef going on between you and Mora?
I don't know, man.
Clear the air.
I think he has a crush on me, bro. To be honest, I couldn't tell you, man. One time in Gaul, we had a really close game where we won because Chais hit a solo bomb off of him, and I held them to no runs. And yeah, man, I guess it just pissed him off for the rest of the goal season. Every time I was at bat, I would just hear him barking from across the field or something. He plays a good heel, man. I'll tell you that.
That's fair.
That type of shit motivates me, man, because I know it's all in good fun. That stuff makes the league better, Well,
that was gonna be my next question. Like, do you use it as motivation, or is it like at some point you're like, okay, that's enough? Like,
absolutely. I can't wait to play him. I hope our first game is against him. Well, just him, because like he's on. It's him and Petty and all those guys, and like we always have great fun games with them. But like playing against him is gonna bring like a different competitive edge out of me this year, for sure.
I would agree. I'm looking forward to that. We're trying to plan, like we had spoke earlier, trying to plan a little preseason backyard event at Coops in the next couple of weeks. So if Petty and the Heartbreakers and the Crusaders are both in, then I would have no problem putting you guys in the same pool and playing each other first game.
Weekend?
That would be must-watch television for Golden Stick. So, all right, guys. So that's enough for poll time. Appreciate your time. Before we get to our last segment, I want to thank some of our sponsors that you can see behind me. I want to thank you guys for taking the time on this Wednesday night to do our recording. For the people who are just joining us for the first time, this is episode number 10 of Let's Go Sundays Around the Wiffle Horn. We've got the 2020 New York Crusaders with us today. Andrew Montero, Anthony Aguilar, and Stevie Sanchez. Special shout-outs to JMP, John Michael Pichardo, and Xavier Duran, who are, you said X might not play this year?
Yeah, X is probably not going to play this year. Well, maybe we'll try to get him down for an event, but
yeah. Well, who knows? We may not have like a real season this year when it comes to points. We may just have a couple of throw together yard events in preparation for the Open. So maybe that would encourage him to come down because he knows it's like less stakes. And
don't say things like that, man.
I know.
Gotta stay positive, bro.
I'm trying to stay positive.
The 28th, the 29th, whatever day it is.
28th.
We'll be there, man. Come on.
Oh, I'll be there too. I just don't know if I'll be in New York or in New Jersey running the event. So we'll see. Hopefully we will be able to play. I know. Hot take.
All right.
There is talks in the works of possibly playing that day in New Jersey because New Jersey is opening up earlier than New York. And I have some connections there trying to secure a field if we need to. I know guys would want to play, and I'm sure driving, an hour into New Jersey wouldn't be the end of the world for a lot of guys. So I think that would be a lot of fun.
It doesn't matter where.
No doubt. All right, so let's go to our last. That's a good segue into our 2020 expectations. Our last segment. Let's pretend that there is no COVID. Let's pretend we're like in the middle of March and we're getting ready for a full 2020 Golden Stick Yard season. What are the Crusaders' realistic expectations for 2020? I want to start with Sanchez, and then we'll finish up with the captain Taro. So Sanchez, what are your expectations for the team?
I feel like we're no longer going to have these 1-0 games. We're going to when we win, we're going to win with a stamp. That's what I think is going to.
That's fair. I know exactly what you're talking about. These like stupid little 1-0 games, and you're like barely holding on, or you just lose, and it's nice to beat somebody 5-0 once in a while.
Usually what it is just like that one error will cost the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've all been there. Yeah, so Matt, we'll go to you. What are your 2020 expectations for the Crusaders?
Better defense, a lot more hitting. A lot of the errors are going down. A lot less errors this year. I promise you that.
Yeah, I can relate to that. How about you, Taro? You're the coach. What do you expect from your roster this year in 2020?
I'm the captain. Mammy's the coach, man. Like,
Touche.
look, Mammy's the vet on our team. So, like, it was a nice coincidence to have somebody who, like, was from our same neighborhood. Now he's on our team with us. It was, like, perfect, you know? So, being that we got, like, somebody like Mammy to really, like, help us adjust on, like, all our, like, little minor adjustments that we've been having to make, man, I think we're going to, like, surprise some people, you know? Like you said, without COVID and anything, I think we're a playoff caliber team. And that's honestly my goal, to get seated. If we have some sort of playoff bracket type of situation, I want to get seated. And that's my goal and my expectation for us.
Yeah, like I said earlier, you guys have made nothing but positive strides the last couple of years. So the next step, I think, for you guys is definitely getting into the regional playoffs. And then you never know, you make a run. All it takes is a hot bat, a hot arm. You win a couple of games. Before you know it, you're like, wow, we're 2 wins away from a regional championship. So I agree. I think the Crusaders are definitely looking up for this year. So I'm happy to see that.
And that's from me helping them out. That's from you and everybody, all the Bex guys. All the times playing at Bex. Tips from everybody when I started, and all the time. I learn from them, and then I teach them what they don't know, what they want help on.
I agree. Listen, having veteran influences on any team always makes teams better. So it's good that you're there, and I really expect you guys to be better than a lot of other teams in 2020. There's a lot of roster shuffling, but your roster's kind of stayed the same. So there's something about continuity and playing together for another season that I expect you guys definitely to take the next step.
We look at teams like the Dark Knights, like, and see their run, and then we kind of try to, like, in my head, I project like that could be us, you know, because it was just 4, 5, 6 years ago that they were the new guys, right? And they stuck together, they stuck it out, they didn't make huge changes, they got better together. So that's always been important to me, to stick with my guys and, like, get better together as a unit.
No doubt, and we all know the lumps they took when they became, when they first joined Golden State. We've all taken our lumps, but there's a difference between taking the lumps and running away and hiding, and taking the lumps and trying to get better. And I expect you guys, you have done that, and I expect you guys to continue to do that in 2020. So again, I want to thank you guys for being on the show. Real quick before we go, any last shout outs to any players, to any teams, any family, any friends, any shout outs you want to, this is your 30 seconds of fame. We'll start with Taro.
Damn. Nah, man, just shout out the whole league. I hope everybody's out there staying safe, man. I want to shout out, obviously, you, Food, and Rob for putting this whole thing together. Shout out United Wiffs, man. That's something, like, I'm also very excited about. I see you guys doing. Shout out to Coop for always hosting, being a great host, and always welcoming us in his house, man. That's huge.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that's it.
Nice. I echo all those sentiments. I appreciate the shout out. And listen, we didn't even talk about UWIFs today. So is that something you'd be interested in playing in December, in October? Excuse me.
Absolutely, man. I got to play Palisades 2 years ago. And I've been itching to get back into some fast pitch. There's really nothing local. So I'm hoping. I mean, if there's a team that needs like a sort of like a rookie bat, or not willing to put somebody on their team, I'll jump on the opportunity.
Well, I do know we're going to have like a free agent list starting to populate on the website within the next couple of weeks. So I will make sure that your name is on that list, no doubt. Mammy, how about you? Any shout outs? Any people on your mind?
No, Terrell pretty much summed it up with everybody. You having us on the show, good. Like, I watch it all the time. Even if I do illegal stuff while I watch the show. It's fucking awesome.
As you should. I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. Thanks. Sanchez, how about you, pal?
Yeah, shout out to the league. Shout out to you guys, the directors. Shout out to the essential workers out there, the Black lives out there. Shout out to them. Stay strong.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, stay home. Everybody stay home. Mind your business.
Wait, one more. I got one more shout out. I'm going to promote something. Shout out my bro, Sour City Slaps. If you need any stickers, we're going to get some Crusader stickers made. I know people kind of like stuff like that.
Love stickers.
Follow it. And he's local. He's a local Long Island guy. So Sour City Slaps on Instagram.
Nice. Make sure you send me that. Text me that after the show, so I'll make sure I include that in our little preview. That would be nice. That's good. I appreciate that. Love supporting Long Island businesses. Gotta love it. So that's always good. All right, gentlemen. Listen again. Thanks for being on the show. Thanks again to all of our sponsors. You can see on the screen behind me. Stay safe. Thank you to the two of you for being essential workers. Mammy, good luck with the kids at home, and we'll hopefully see you on the Wiffle Ball field as soon as possible.
Definitely.
LFG. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.